Xin chào. So in this video today I'm gonna share with you my experience of being in Saigon recently. I just came back yesterday evening and the big question is Saigon or Nha Trang? Which city is better? Yeah, but this is like you would compare apples and oranges, right? But I still want to ask this question and I want to share my experiences and impressions with you. Long story short, I'm actually happy to be back here in Nha Trang because Nha Trang is compared to Saigon like a little village. And this is how I felt also yesterday when I checked in at the airport and actually was then departing from Saigon, flying back to Nha Trang. It felt like, coming back to a village, which it actually is, comparing the size. And excuse me, I'm staring out of, looking out of my window because the view is very tempting. I'm here in my new apartment. I'm living now at the 34th floor, one of these high-risers here in Nha Trang. And I can see the beautiful mountains. I can overlook a little bit of the city. I've never seen that before. So excuse me if I'm tempted to always look outside. Yeah, I'm here in my new condo, my new apartment. I paid $222 for 1 month, so you can do the math what I'm gonna spend during a day. It's a single-digit number, right? Amazing. This is also one thing which is much better than here compared to Saigon, the accommodation and living cost, but I will go over this a little later. I have my notes here in case you're wondering why I'm always looking down. So let's start. Saigon. Yes, obviously it's a big city. It's all about hustle and bustle. It was not my first time that I visited Saigon, but the couple of times I went there before, or actually 3 times, I was just on a very quick stopover, sleeping a very short night in one of these airport hotels and heading to the airport the next day. And the first occasion in Saigon was actually 12 years ago when I was on a task force helping out in one of these hotels, 5-star hotels, and but I was only working every day, 18 hours, and then I didn't see nothing of Saigon. This time I was invited for an interview. So I said, I'm gonna spend 2 nights in Saigon. I wanna see the city. I wanna explore a little bit since I'm now more in Vietnam anyway, and I want to see and find out, is it really true what other people say, what other travelers say, what other expats say about Saigon? Is it really the beloved big city, the place to be, and this and that? For me, having lived in other big Asian cities like Hong Kong, Manila, Kuala Lumpur, Jakarta, Saigon is just basically another big Asian city, what you would expect if you know the other places. It's a busy place with millions of motorbikes probably. I read the other day that Vietnam has 90 to 100 million inhabitants. Is this correct? And I read that there are about between 40 and 50 million motorbikes in Vietnam. And what I've seen in Saigon might be true. This is just a crazy place. When it comes to motorbikes, reminds me actually of Hanoi, which is a similar crazy place when it comes to motorbikes. The traffic is just it's just amazing. It's for me as a European guy, if I would be the first time in Saigon, I would probably be shocked what's going on there, but I'm used to it already. But still, it amazes me to see the flow of the motorbikes, and there are no rules and regulations basically. There are traffic lights. Yes, and by the way, I've seen it in Saigon. They observe the traffic light rules, so there is somehow people stop when there is a red light, the cars and the motorbikes, but as soon they have green light, they just flow. It is just like a I don't know how to explain this, like a different form of consciousness or a different form of intelligence, you know, like water is flowing and water is always looking for its own way, how to flow the smartest way, right? So this is this motorbike flow thing in Saigon or in Hanoi or any other big city in Vietnam. The people manage to find their way around. There are barely any accidents, really, seriously. You will not believe this if you see this motorbike traffic. You know, I don't know how they do it, but they manage it, and good for them. I'm still hesitating to ride a motorbike in Saigon. Probably will try it out here in Nha Trang, but back to the story. So yeah, I was amazed on my first evening when I was riding in a taxi, looking left and right out of the window. So many things to explore, alleys and streets and shops and restaurants and this and that. And I was thinking, you know, you need to spend at least a week only to explore the roads and the streets and all these shops, and you have to do it during the daytime, and then you have to repeat exactly the same time during the night, because it's a completely different experience. Yeah, you have obviously nice shopping malls there. I visited a few, and there are also places and condos in areas where probably a lot of expatriates live. You know, you have a lot of money in Saigon, for sure. There are ultra rich people living there. And you also have exactly the opposite, you know, very poor people. And this is what these Asian cities are all about. They are magnets. They're attracting a lot of people from all over the country, people who want to make a quick buck, or want to make big bucks, or just hoping for a better future, who just are looking for better opportunities than they have in their provinces where they are coming from. So this is the same story like in Manila, in the Philippines, or even Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, or Jakarta, where there is the same story. And this is what I've seen in Saigon, these differences between money, yeah, and poverty. This is obvious. When you walk or drive around with open eyes, you will see that. So you find anything and everything in Saigon. Probably the good, the bad, and the ugly. But that also makes it very interesting. You know, the city definitely has its own vibration, and energy, besides of the motorbikes and the noise, of course. Yeah. But I stayed again at an airport hotel. I wanted to be close at an airport. I was invited for an interview the other day. That was also very interesting, by the way. And I think, the airport hotel was a simple accommodation thing. Yeah, $18 per night, decent place, clean, no problem, no issues, very convenient. I think next to my hotel there was a karaoke bar, where there are so many of them in not only in Vietnam, but you know, karaoke is very popular in Asia. And I'm not sure, but there was a hot sheet hotel. This is how you call it, right? In America, hot sheet hotel or a love hotel was right next to my hotel. You know, I've took a picture of the signage here. It is in Vietnamese, but I couldn't read it. So maybe one of you guys can let me know what this advertising is all about. Yeah, but I could see another sign, so you could rent like rooms for 1 or 2 hours. But anyway, I get distracted. I just was really curious. What is this all about? You know. What else? Traffic, yeah, obviously a big issue in Saigon with millions of motorbikes, especially in the evening hours. I think it starts around 5 p.m. and then 6, 7, 8 p.m. There's a lot of traffic, and then if it is raining, it's even worse to get a taxi. Yeah, that can take. It actually happened to me for the first time since I used this Grab app that I did not manage to get a taxi. It was after 6 p.m. It was a little bit raining also, so I don't know, the drivers were stuck in traffic and declined my call, or they just didn't want me to drive, or I don't know what the reason was. They were busy. So eventually I had to hire a more expensive car, but that's a challenge. 5, 6, 7 p.m. is the rush hour. Everybody's rushing home. And if you're traveling through Saigon with motorbike or car, you have to top up on your time estimation. If you have an appointment, you have to make sure you take this into consideration. Difference between Saigon and Nha Trang, I think also the people, the English level in Saigon actually surprisingly is not what I thought. I thought the level in general is better on a general level, but my experience is that it is still no English, and then yes, people do speak English. I'm talking about the young people, the younger generation. You know, I was looking for a new mobile phone, so I went on my first evening to a shop and I went inside, and you know, now these days my most used app here in Vietnam is the Google Translate, if you believe it or not, because I need it. You know, this is after the Grab app, my most used app. The Grab app is after the Google translation app, my most used app. So I went inside the shop armed with my Google Translator and talked to the lady, and yeah, no English, nothing. Huh? So anyway, Google Translator is okay. You know, I find my way around and it works and we can communicate, but they couldn't help me. So, but they gave me an address of a shop and they told me to go to that shop the next day. So I went on the next day. I want to find that shop in the middle of Saigon, in some district which I never heard before, and a very local district, you know, no high-risers, no glass buildings, very local, a lot of traffic noise, motorbikes and everything very simple. And I was already afraid, man, is this address correct? You know, sometimes the addresses are not updated, and then you waste 45 minutes or 1 hour in traffic, and then the shop is not there anymore. Anyway, so I managed to find the shop. I went inside again with my Google Translator thing, you know, talked to one lady, and she said, "Sit down, sir, wait a moment." And somebody came, a young guy, fluent in English. I was so surprised, you know, like, oh my God, what's going on? I was so thankful, you know, thanks you speak English and you can listen to me and understand my problem. And eventually this guy was able to help me due to the fact that he spoke English, you know, so that made things much easier. And I went to the Intercontinental Hotel also for breakfast, and the hotel stuff there, yeah, they speak basic English, that's all okay. You know, they can greet you, they can ask you for your preferences, but do not expect to have extended or deep conversations. Yeah, I think the English level is not enough for that, but definitely the English level is better than here in Nha Trang, because here the English level is basically zero, except you stay in one of these 5-star hotels where there is some English being spoken. So this you always have to take into consideration when you're traveling in Vietnam and also in Saigon. It is really mixed. Sometimes you expect, you enter a mall and you enter some shop and you expect somebody to, I think I went to Skechers also, exactly. I went to in this other mall, the Van Hang Mall. By the way, a nice place, a lot of Korean restaurants there. And I went to a Skechers shop looking for some shoes, right? And this guy didn't speak English at all, so I had to use Google Translate again. But then suddenly I went to another restaurant, had some food, and this person, he spoke beautiful English. So it's really unpredictable actually, yeah, in Saigon. I think also the people in Saigon are more open-minded, which they have to be, because it is an international place. And the accommodation, yeah, I checked out some Airbnb places online, and accommodation with Airbnb is more expensive in Saigon, definitely. Mostly you can find private rooms on Airbnb, but this is not what I want. I want entire places, you know, entire studios, so I have my own privacy. If you rent these private rooms, that means a private room means that you are staying in an apartment and share this place with other people, and I don't like that. And definitely accommodation is more expensive than in Saigon than in Nha Trang. I'm happy to be back here in my new apartment. I told you it's a very, very good price, $222 per month. You cannot beat that. Excluding electricity and water, by the way, yeah, this comes on top, but they did not advertise this here in my listing. Yeah, when I checked on Airbnb, and I made some noise to the host why they did not post that. But let's see how much the electricity will be after 1 week or 1 month. I will keep you posted. I will do a separate video, or probably on my accommodation here, to show you a little bit. Some viewers also requested that. So let me see if I forgot anything. Yeah, so which place is better? Is it Saigon or is it Nha Trang? It depends on your preferences, depends on your, I don't know, plans and goals. If you want to find a job, then probably Saigon is better, because Nha Trang is really something, it's a provincial place, but I like it, you know. I have the ocean here, it's right just a stone throw away. Behind me is the ocean. I overlook the mountains here. It's a very green city. Everything is more laid back and relaxed, you know. Yes, people don't speak English here, so what? But that's why I want to learn Vietnamese, and I will learn it. Yeah, I've started already, I told you. Thanks to my teacher I just met a few weeks ago. She is so kind and teaches me. She is a Vietnamese lady, so thank you so much for that. That's great. And also thank you to all of you for your continuous support to my channel. We have now a lot of many more subscribers. That's great to see. This is exactly what I wanted to do with this channel, to make it grow. Also, thank you so much for your comments. I must say that's really amazing. I love to see these comments. They are great comments, extended comments also, with very useful information. This is really great fun for me also to engage, and this is what I like. A lot of people who comment and suggest on my channel, there are really valuable information even for me. I learn a lot from these comments also, and of course it's a lot of fun to engage with you and to converse and to help you out, you know, if you have questions. So that's it for today. That's my Saigon versus Nha Trang video. Yes, I'm happy to be back in Nha Trang, and I'm really not sure if I could live in Saigon, to be very honest. The place where I stayed near the airport. Maybe somebody can help me out. Which district is this? I cannot see myself living there, sorry. Maybe there are other districts in Saigon. Let me know which district is the best in Saigon. Let me know. Are there districts where people like me can live, where it is a little bit more quiet? People who know what I'm talking about, they can let me know. And then let's see, I'm gonna stay another 30 days now. I received another 30 days, and my next visa run, I hopefully will have some more information regarding some rumors I hear that the Vietnamese government wants to reintroduce the 3 months tourist visa thing. I think it's just a rumor at this stage, but I will travel to Malaysia again soon. Then I will visit the Vietnamese embassy in person and will find out what's the matter. Because now I visited different websites of different Vietnamese embassies, one in Germany, one in KL, and then some other embassies, and they all have kind of different information. Yeah, so it's really confusing. And some embassies, they give you information which seems to be accurate, and but maybe it isn't. So, and there is information, and it looks really like now you can apply for a 3 months visa, but don't take my word for it, please. Yeah, I'm just saying. So I will investigate this, and I will come up with a future video. As soon as I have news, of course, I will let you know, because this is also very important for me. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your comments. Keep engaging, and I wish you a great day. Take care. Bye bye. See you in the next video.